Okay, so let's talk about why old people should not own a Cane Corso. Now, I know there's the obvious reason. They're so big, and they're so powerful, and they're so strong. And I can attest to that. So, you obviously have to be, even if you're old, there's a lot of people, like I'm 67, and I have my moments that Newman catches me off guard, and I've taken a fall or two. Um, but life's a risk, or it's nothing at all. That's what I live by, and I'm not saying that old ladies should own Corsos. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and the truth is I just love this dog, and I'm so happy I have him. And no matter how much trouble he is here and there, it's worth it. So the obvious, they're strong. You have to be strong. And if you're not strong with them, I was really lucky. It's kind of funny. I'll tell you the story how I came across having Newman. A friend of mine has been breeding them for 20 years. He actually doesn't breed anymore. But 20 some years he was breeding them. And he's actually the person I have a Boston accent. You'll hear it here and there. And I lived up in the north, and I've been wanting to get the heck out of cold weather for 64 years. So when he knew that I wanted to move somewhere warm, and no way was I moving to California. I mean, that's just not a good place. He told me about coastal Mississippi. And like a lot of us are like, Mississippi. But he said, I was in California at the time visiting my daughter, which was in 2022. And now that I have dogs, I don't fly anymore. I drive everywhere. So he knew I was going to be driving back to Massachusetts. And he said, Angela, on your way back, go the southern route and stop in coastal Mississippi and stay on 90. Don't stay on 10. Go on 90 and go from Bay St. Louis all the way to Gaucher and everything in between, and check it out. And I was like, he's like, just trust me. So I said, okay. So I did. I fell in love with this area. So I moved here. He was shocked that I just said, yep. I had checked out several areas, and I just fell in love with this place. I am not in love with the summits here, and I am in the process of looking for a way to get out of here in the summertime, and it's a whole nother story. I'm still not over it yet, but I had found a way to get out of here, and it flopped big time, and I'll tell you another time. I'm still not ready to talk about it. But anyway, so I moved here, and I love it here. And, like any place, it has its crime. Not serious, but at the time when I moved into this area, they were having a lot of break-ins. And, they, on Facebook, I joined some of the Facebook groups, and they have these Ring cameras, and they, so they were showing a lot of kind of scary stuff. And so I was telling my friend, like, I really love it here, but there is, some house break-ins right in the neighborhood. So he's like, that's it. You need one of my dogs. I'm giving you one of my dogs. I got a pup you're going to have. And I knew his dogs were big because I had seen, especially the father that he did all the mating. The father was probably like, I don't know, 170, 180 pounds. But what was so amazing about the father of these dogs, his pups, was it's got the biggest head. Oh my God, its head is huge. And to be honest with you, I've always had, since I was a kid, we had big dogs, but I had gotten bit by a big boxer when I was a kid. And I've kind of, had I think, healthy concern, caution about big dogs. So we had our last dog was a Shih Tzu, and Buddy was just awesome. And he lived almost to be 20. And so I was afraid. And I kept saying, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm going to come. He's like, you got to come and get a pup. You got to come and get a pup. And I was like, yeah, 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 I will. Okay, yep. And I dragged my feet. And he said so many wonderful things about this Carne Corso that I started to really be excited about getting this pup. So my other delay was that I was moving. So finally I just realized I've got to come and get this pup, because at that time I was starting to really research the dog, and you really were supposed to socialize them before 12 weeks preferably and onward. And I didn't get Newman until he was 14, 15 weeks. So, wow, that's a big bird. Hawk. Probably wants to pick up my dog. Let him try. So I still have a small dog, a Shih Tzu Shorgy. So anyway, I got Newman, and I was just amazed. Like, you could just tell, like, this is a special dog. And it was tough because I was still moving and I had a lot of work to do. So I ended up having to go back to California. I was working with my daughter, and I said, I gotta take this dog. Let me tell you something. If you don't have the money to professionally train these dogs, and there's a lot of great trainers on Facebook, on YouTube. I'll do a video on the great ones, because some of them have been a lifesaver, the things that I've learned. But there's still nothing better than your own in-your-face trainer. Especially, I had a great one. If I wasn't doing, if I was slacking off, he'd lay into me. And I needed that, because this is a dangerous dog if it's not trained properly. And he was right to, get upset with me. I was getting busy helping my daughter, and I wasn't following through on the homework, So that's the other key. These dogs can be dangerous, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But if you go to a professional trainer and you follow up with these great trainers on YouTube, you're going to have a dog that you're not going to believe how wonderful this dog is. So the other things that I would caution somebody older is, we live on Social Security, most of us, and it's tough. So you got to have other ways to make an income, because if you want a healthy dog that's going to live a long time, you have got to feed him good food. And I don't care what anybody says, you can buy the most expensive kibble. I know kibble's easy and all, but there's just not enough nutrition. It's just overprocessed. Now, some of the dried, air dried and all that, I'm going to give you some great, easy, quick recipes of things that I make for my dogs. And it's so easy. It's crazy to not do some of your own treats and food and stuff. So feeding the dog, vet bills, but honestly, if you take care of your dog, you won't have a ton of vet bills. Newman has been, he's cost me nothing in vet bills. Really. I also will say that I follow Veterinary Secrets on YouTube, and I have had huge good luck with a lot of his suggested treatments. So I would really look into that channel. That's a great channel, and we've done some stuff with all my dogs and my cats especially. I've really, knock on wood, gotten real lucky with all my animals. So you got vet bills. Let's see. I'm not gonna be writing down scripts. I'm totally letting you have it as I see it. And I'm gonna also obviously do a video on why you should definitely own a Carne Corso. But they're Velcro dogs, and they can be, if you're not athletic and you're not good on your feet, these dogs, if they bump into you, you're gonna go flying. So if you're a dainty old lady, uh, it's probably not the dog for you. But a Velcro dog, oh, it's awesome. So that's really, and there are obvious reasons, why you shouldn't own one if you're elderly and old. But I'm going to give you another video of a lot of good reasons why you can own this dog, even if you're like me. I'm 67. I would hate to be the person that's around me when Newman passes, because, oh boy, that is going to be a day that I do not look forward to, because this dog is amazing. And any of the negatives just, I mean, anyway, we'll be back. There he goes.